It was late at night in the heart of the city. On the top floor of a towering skyscraper, a cleaning cart squeaked quietly over polished floors. Janice had been working here for 12 years, keeping the offices spotless while executives made decisions worth millions. That night, her 12-year-old son Malik was with her. Malik wasn't like most kids. While others were glued to video games, he was obsessed with numbers, equations, codes, patterns. He saw math the way an artist sees colors. That night, as they moved through the quiet halls, Malik noticed something unusual. Through the glass walls of the main boardroom, a group of executives and engineers was huddled around glowing screens. Their voices were tense. The CEO, a tall woman named Victoria Hayes, was at the head of the table, her tone sharp. They were facing a disaster. The company's brand-new AI trading platform, a system set to launch in the morning, had a serious flaw. If they couldn't fix it in time, it would result in $100 million in losses and possibly jeopardize a deal they had been working on for years. For 3 months, the company's top engineers had attempted to resolve the issue. Nothing worked. Now, with only hours left, they were desperate. Malik's mother tried to move him along. "Come on, baby, let's finish up." But Malik didn't move. His eyes were locked on the whiteboard inside the room. It was covered in messy equations and strings of numbers, some with commas, some with decimals. "They're doing it wrong," Malik whispered. His mother frowned. "What do you mean?" "Their program is reading 2 number formats at the same time," Malik explained quietly. "That's why their results are backwards. They just have to normalize the values before the rest of the calculation." Janice shook her head. "Malik, these people went to Harvard. You're 12. Let's go." But Malik couldn't ignore it. Before his mother could stop him, he slipped into the boardroom. The room fell silent. All eyes turned to the boy standing in the doorway. "It's not broken," Malik said softly. "You're just mixing decimals and commas in the same code. You have to make them all the same before the program can read them right." A few executives laughed under their breath, but the CEO raised an eyebrow. "Show me," she said. Malik walked up to the whiteboard, picked up a marker, and crossed out a line of their equation. In its place, he wrote a short, clean formula. He stepped back. Now it will work. One of the engineers typed the change into the system. Everyone watched as the red error messages vanished from the screen. The graphs turned green. The $100 million loss projection dropped to 0. "It's fixed," one of them said, disbelief in his voice. The CEO stared at Malik. "How did you know?" Malik shrugged. It was obvious. Just then, Janice rushed in, flustered. "I'm so sorry, ma'am. He didn't mean." But Victoria Hayes held up a hand. "Sorry? He just solved a $100 million problem in less than a minute." She turned to Malik. "Do you want a job?" Malik laughed. "I'm 12." By the next morning, Malik had an official internship with the company, his own badge, his own desk, access to their labs. His mother, Janice, was given a permanent staff position with full benefits. But the CEO didn't stop there. She called a meeting for the entire company and told the story of the cleaner's son who saved them. She announced a new initiative, the Hidden Genius Program, a way to find and nurture brilliant minds from unexpected places. No degree required, no fancy title needed. Just talent, curiosity, and determination. Months later, Malik's work had not only saved the company from disaster, but it had also improved their systems in ways no one thought possible. His name became known far beyond the walls of that skyscraper, all because a boy dared to speak and a leader dared to listen. Because sometimes genius doesn't wear a suit. Sometimes it carries a mop. A meeting was held by our team on Monday with the client team for the Zephyr project to review the status of the forthcoming Q3 launch campaign. The campaign, originally built as an omni-channel activation across CTV, paid social, and programmatic display, is now subject to substantial midstream revisions following newly surfaced client directives. The feedback introduces a material shift in strategic framing under a compressed delivery window. There will be a pivot as Zephyr deprioritizes the performance tracking narrative in favor of a broader everyday wellness and inclusivity story, which will require an immediate reframe of our messaging, architecture, and associated visuals. To address the revised scope, I've assigned immediate follow-up actions across the team. Visual art will lead conversations with post-production around stock content integration. Ad sales will recalibrate the media plan in light of the repositioned messaging and will coordinate with DSPs to avoid penalties related to insertion order delays. Copy Desk is to be tasked with stripping all unsubstantiated medical claims from copy, implementing the new CTA, and managing a parallel review with legal. We conduct a daily internal stand-up each morning through the end of the week to identify blockers. The next client check-in is scheduled for July 3rd, where we will preview asset revisions and confirm compliance milestones. Final go, no-go is slated for July 7th at 1700 PDT. We are proceeding with all mitigations in parallel and escalating any dependency delays as they arise.